Hey everybody. So at this point, you have gone to JB Learning and clicked on the fisdap link there, opened up your account or created a new account, uploaded a picture, and put in some contact information. So at this point, we are ready to input some lab skills. And that's what we're going to be doing now, giving you a quick tutorial on how to get those in. These are very important to log in. Every day that we have skills in class after lecture, you're going to be going home and documenting what you did that day. Whatever it was, whether it was an IV on a fellow student, innovations of mannequins, running scenarios, no matter what it is, we want that documented. Not only does it help us to see how much was done during the course of the program, but it also helps you to meet your national curriculum standards of what skills you need to be doing and how many of them you need to do. So we are in our shifts and patient care tabs. We have 3 different tabs here: lab, clinical, and field. We're going to click on lab to add a lab shift. Our lab site, for the most part, is going to be CSUS pre-hospital program. If you do go to a sim lab, I'll have that tab in there for you. So the date, click on whatever date that was. Start time, about 1300, probably for skills. And we did that for 4 hours. Base department's always going to be skills lab. Don't even worry about that. We save that, and that'll give us a skills day that we can now input patients and upload attachments if necessary, and then go from there. So that's loaded up there. We have our skills day. These are our standard requirements right there. Scroll down a little bit to that lab day of inputting a patient. So we're going to click on whatever that is there. You can do that later on. But if there is a patient, so let's say if it's a lab practice, innovation pediatric, innovation adult, whatever those are, multiple items. If this is a practice thing, you can then upload what you did. No big deal there, all right? A different way to do it, though, is go ahead and click on your patient, and this will give you your demographics for your patient. Scroll down just a little bit. Notice here we have the golden triangle. That is a national standard curriculum goal. Anything that is a item on there with that triangle, that diamond, I'm sorry, is something that is very important to document. Team leader, yes, you were. Team size, depending on if it was just you or if it was a team of 4. Preceptor, if there was a preceptor or a lab instructor there with you, you can always put that in there. That's not totally necessary. Patient assessment, performed exam, if these are all pertinent, then you did that. If there was airway management required on this patient, by all means, we're going to click on that. Always document that it was successful. We're not going to document unsuccessful attempts. Human versus mannequin versus animal. Clearly, we're not doing too many animals, but it may have been a mannequin. Age, based on the scenario, we'll just say 66. We have a male patient. If ethnicity is applicable, if not, don't worry about it. Complain to that patient, change in responsiveness, choking, whatever they may have been complaining of before they went down, if that's possible, or if it's just a death, chest pain, whatever it is, all right? Click on that. Here's a couple of very important tabs here, our primary and our secondary impressions. Very important to get our National Registry skills curriculum filled in, so pick 2 different ones that are applicable for this call. So if it was a cardiac arrest, we can say a cardiac arrest, and then our secondary impression, if we have an idea why that patient went down, from an overdose, respiratory, sepsis, maybe it was an ACS issue, we don't know, but we're going to click another different impression. That'll get our skills filled in a lot quicker that way. If that arrest was witnessed, then click that it was pertinent. If it was part of that skill for that scenario, then make sure you click that in, all right? If it was unwitnessed, patient was a red patient, Return a pulse if you got any pulses back during that scenario. If not, then we had no return. So now we have our basic demographics filled in for that patient. Now you can go in and add whatever vital signs there were, what airway skills you performed, cardiac EKG monitoring skills, defibrillation, pacing, etc. there. Venous or IO access, any meds that were pushed during that run, and any other skills that may or may not have been done. Once you've got all those skills in, so we'll just do a quick vital sign for you. We got blood pressure. I obtained them. Initially were 0/0. Respirations were 0. Pulse was 0. SPO was 0. That may have been your initial set of vital signs. If you want to do a second set, by all means, click on vitals again. Maybe we got a ROSC back. Pressure is 110. Respirations were still low. Pulse was 30. And SpO2 was 75. And we have those vital swoops. We need a diastole. We can put a P in there for a palpation. So now we have our valid set of second vital signs. So you see where we're going there. You can even add in a time if you need to. After that, if it was a scenario-based skill that you did and you want to do a narrative of the scenario to get a good practice in, because you will be doing plenty of narratives throughout your entire career. So let's start practicing now. Enter in a good narrative. So for this one, I'm not going to type it in, but 66-year-old male found down in cardiac arrest. Initial EKG showed asystole. CPR was initiated. Advanced airway, IO, medicines, return of spontaneous circulation, vital signs taken, patient transported to ER. Something to that effect. I'm not looking for a book here, but give us a good, valid narrative that lets us paint a picture of what was done on scene, anything that wasn't in the click boxes, all right? And that'll be good practice for your skills time when you're in clinical as well as field. So you get that narrative in, and then you can go back to your shift page. It'll auto-save, or you can click on save yourself. I wouldn't recommend locking shifts just yet, because in case you need to go back, once you lock it, it has to be unlocked by an instructor. So leave that stuff unlocked so you can edit it as you want. And as you can see now, just from that one call, we've got 2% of our airway and some team leads, some impressions. Had we documented more skills, we would have had those up there as well. So every call that you do is going to be a benefit to get all of these national standard skills taken care of throughout your lab time, your clinical time, and by the time you're done with field, you'll be at 100% on all these, and everything will look beautiful. I hope this helped. As always, if you have any questions, let me know.